Right, okay guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at another Masterverse figure, and that is He-Man from the new Eternia range. Let's get him unboxed, let's have a look. Right, okay, so before we take him out of the box, why don't we have a look at this great artwork. So, obviously we've already seen the front, but here's the side. Really good artwork, and as you can see he's got the helmet with the, what looks like Viking horns, the axe there. I mean, this artwork on the back is superb. And there's some of the other characters in the line. Skeletor, you've already seen me do a video on. I've already got him. And then just the plain He-Man there. And like I said already, you know, this is Masterverse and this is New Eternia. Right, let's get him out of the box. Right, okay, so let's have a quick look at him. We'll go through the other bits that come with him in a minute. But as you probably know from watching my videos of these, because I've had a few of these already, the head's on a ball joint. You've got articulation around the shoulders, although, actually it's not too bad considering you've got these pads here. Actually quite surprising actually how good that is. Then you've got the swivel here. You've got the elbow. Then you've got like the twist on the forearm here. And then you've got the movement of the hand. And then obviously as we go down, we've got the chest piece. Although on this one doesn't move quite so much, I've noticed. Don't know if that's because we've got this on. And that'll hold the sword, by the way. And you've also got your waist as usual. That moves perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm very surprised at that top part not moving so much. Then we've got the swivel at the hip here. They also move apart as well. Should add that. They do move backwards and forwards, you know. Then we've got the knee, which I think is a double joint. Yes, it is. Look, double joint. That's pretty cool. Yeah. And then we've got the swivel here on the shin. And then we've got the slight movement backwards and forwards, but it's more side to side on the foot. Yeah, actually it's kind of like a ball joint actually. I'm quite surprised at that. That feels like a ball joint. No, hang on, is it? I think there's a ball joint and there's also a hinge. That's interesting, so I haven't noticed that on the other ones of these. Right, now one thing I have noticed with this one, because the chest doesn't move much, he's a little bit more awkward to get to stand, I've noticed. Let's see if we can actually, yeah, see, it's not an easy task. He just keeps wanting to fall over. Oh, that's a bit better. Feels like he's leaning forwards a lot though, I think. But anyway, regardless of that, let's go through what else came with him. So we'll move him out of the way for a minute. So we've got another head without the helmet. We have got another set of hands. So we've got an open hand and another one to hold a weapon. Now you might have noticed if you looked at the actual figure, we've got one to hold a weapon and a closed fist on this one. So that's them. Then we've got the usual battle axe, slightly different looking design on this to what we normally see. Then we've got the power sword, quite like that actually. It's a shame it's not a bit shinier, but otherwise quite nice. And then this is the one I like. We've got like a little dagger, and this dagger goes in his boot. He's got a sheath on his boot here. So you can actually put it, he says, as he tries to do it. It's a little bit stiff, but yeah, there you go. And there it goes. So yeah, so anyway, let's get him set up on the turntable, because with these new Eternia figures, the whole point of these figures is that you can have them in two different versions. You can have them in the original look from the cartoon, or you can have them in the concept artist look. As you can see with the helmet and the horns, this was a concept piece. So this is how they envisioned him to begin with, and then it later got changed. But anyway, let's have a look at both versions on the turntable. Right, so here we go. We got him in his concept art look, which I'll be honest has not been easy trying to get him set up because he kept rocking forwards all the time. I've managed to get him so that he's slightly off on one of his feet. So one of his feet is slightly lifted on the hill, but he's actually staying put, like staying where I want him. But it was not easy. he really didn't want to play ball. But as you can see, he's a great looking figure though. I mean, really do like that design. But I don't know which one I prefer. So let's have a look at the other version, see what we think. So here we have him in his original look. Now obviously I can't take the gold off the waist, that's fixed. Gauntlet I think probably does come off, but it'll look weird I think without it. And obviously the bit around the top of the boots is that way. I've left the dagger in, which technically isn't the original look, but you know. But as you can see, I've put the other head on, and I've got to be honest, I don't know, I'm not too keen. I don't know, there's something about the look of the head. I don't know, it looks a lot like the Revelations one to me, which I'm not a massive fan of anyway. And there's obviously the sword instead of the battle axe, but yeah, I'll be honest, I like the Viking look, I've got to be honest. When it comes to this figure, I think this version doesn't look so good. I've got to say the straps on the back, very fiddly to do. I mean, you know, when you're a kid, they're perfect, but you know, you realise when you're an adult, they're very fiddly. Yeah, and also I've noticed that I've only manipulated him a little bit, and I've already found that some of the joints are loosening off already, which is not a good sign. You know, obviously this one's going to be going on display, so I won't be messing around with him too much, but even still, it's a little bit of a concern. If these were being played with, I don't think they'd last long, not joint-wise anyway. But yeah, it's a good enough figure. I prefer it though with the Viking look, if I'm honest. I have noticed that the torso, I have been able to loosen that a bit to a point where I can actually lean him back a little bit more. If you notice, he doesn't look quite so hunched now. So there's that. Right, let's have a look at my final decision. So yeah, I think I actually prefer this look for He-Man. It's different, you know, it's not your usual status quo. I actually prefer this look. You know, I've got a few different versions of He-Man and they've all got the usual look. This one's nice, it's different, you know. I know there's something about the concept artist look that intrigues me. Yeah, you know, there was a lot more detail put into the character. Now, admittedly, you know, I've got no complaints about what ended up in the cartoon, but I do find this look really interesting too, so it'd be nice to display him in this way. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the episode, guys. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.